Hey YouTube, figured I'd make a review here because I'm sitting here on our 125 acre bee farm. I haven't really made a video of this machine so far. This is a 2022 Polaris Ranger SP570 Premium. Honestly, it's a really good machine. I'll give you my thoughts on it and some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like on it. You know, some of the things I've put on. And my final thoughts at the end. As you can tell, you know, it gets used pretty regularly, pretty much every day, more or less. As I put the doors on, I have an Inferno cab heater system in it. Works great. It's really nice and warm in here. Honestly, it's not much different than the factory kit. Honestly, a lot cheaper than the factory kit, and you still retain the heater or the storage box underneath there. Really love it. As you can tell, I have a bunch of light bars and stuff. That is one thing I really don't care for, is the lights on this thing are not super great. Now, I've upgraded, because it used to have the halogen bulbs in it from the factory. I do like that it has the high-low compared to the base model, but honestly, they were not super great. So I ended up changing those to, I think, BeamTech LED lights. Are a lot better, but still not the best. So you can tell I have a turn signal kit on here. I'll show you. I think I bought that on eBay. Honestly, it's really easy kit to install. Really like it compared to like the ones which, as you can tell, back here I started to install on my own and just gave up. These little marker lights, as it does the factory tail lights and then plugs in. Really nice kit. I have the Extreme Metal Products CV boot guards on there. Those are really nice. I like them. Technically they're for the, I think, 15 to 21 models, but they fit on there just fine. There's no difference in them. Slight mounting difference, but it's nothing too terrible. Keep them nice and protected compared to the dinky little ones that the factory gives you. You can tell I use it. Just use it to cut down a tree. Actually right over there on the other side of them hay bales. So, you know, it gets used pretty regularly. Honestly, the bed, really nice. I like the size of it. Even with the toolbox I have on there, it, you know, has plenty of room in there. I have a 1/2 inch impact in this. Because it's more or less is set up as a service bed, or more of a service truck for the farm, whatnot. So, you know, like I said, I have my impact there, and then in the box I have grease gun and the sockets in those Milwaukee bags there, just various fencing tools and crowbars, etc. Honestly, I really like this toolbox. This is from Tractor Supply, obviously. It's a 48-inch bedside toolbox, because it technically goes on the side of a pickup truck bed, but honestly it fits in here super nice compared to some of the other ones I've seen, and gives me plenty of room. And then I have the grip anchors. I forget exactly what the name of them are, but the nice, you know, US made tie down points on here. Super nice compared to, you know, some of the other ones you've seen. Like I said, I have the full cab enclosure on that. The front windshield, back windshield, all glass, because I didn't see a point in buying the poly ones that they're just going to scratch. I'd spend the extra money and get full glass all around for, you know, running up and down the road or running through the woods, you know, stuff like that. Got the windshield wiper. This is something I really like that I added, is the rear view mirror. It's light, got LED lights underneath it, so it's almost like a cab light. Makes it really nice for running at night, being able to see in a cab. I think this machine has just over 1,100 miles. Actually just turned, I think it's 1101 miles. So you could see is usually, you know, these things go bad really fast, but this one is really clean. I haven't tore it yet. I've been looking for a seat cover for it, but not a whole lot out there for these little machines. As you can see, I have the doors on them. Truthfully, the doors, really nice. I like them. Kind of expensive for what they are, but it is what it is. I added side view mirrors. These aren't the Polaris mirrors. These are Amazon ones. I think technically mounted to the roll cage, but I ended up drilling a hole through the door and kind of in the factory spot. Except that one's kind of not easy to see. Oversight on my part. I put the blue side panels on the doors because typically they are black when you get them. This one fits okay. It's not super great. That's the one thing I'm kind of really not impressed with about this machine. Well, it's one of the things. This one just would not go on for the life of me. And I ended up just having to put a screw in it. And it kind of is not all that great. The bottom comes out right here. You could see I popped that in how many times and it keeps popping out. And I got them for half of what they cost now. I think they're like $100 at the time of making this video. Definitely not worth the $100 unless you have the dealer install it, maybe. But I think I got them for $50 or something like that, and still not super impressed with them. But the doors themselves are really nice. I have I forget exactly what the name of the company is, but they have a really nice floor mat. It's almost like a rubbery plastic. Goes the whole way across. Because the floors in these things are slippery. And I mean slippery. So figured I'd put that mat in there. It definitely makes it nicer. The only thing I wish that they would have done is give you more switch positions, because I have every single switch position in this thing filled, and there's still stuff that really could be added to this, and so I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of other solution for that. But one of the other things that I don't really care for that they added later, I think the 23 models, are the rear mud protectors that go here, because otherwise this is just open and it goes straight to the fuel tank behind there. I ended up just taking a couple of mud flaps off a school bus that we have on the farm here, used for storage, and wound up putting them in there. Makes it a lot nicer, keeping it clean underneath, but kind of one gripe that they decided to add to the later machines and not to these ones for whatever reason. But honestly, this little, I think 44 horsepower, 570 cc motor, it's honestly, I haven't noticed any, problems with it. I haven't really needed any more power out of it for, doing odd jobs and stuff. Goes down the road, I have no trouble with it. Gets up to speed, no problem at all. So honestly, I don't really see a point, unless you're really doing a lot of heavy hauling with it, because that is one thing. This thing kind of has, I think, a 1,500 pound towing rating. Probably would want a little bit if you're hauling all 1,500, but for pulling little trailers around, and I mean, I've had this thing probably 900 pounds behind it, and I've never noticed a problem with it. So you can see, I have the Badlands Apex 5,500 pound winch on the front, the synthetic line. I really like it. I've used it a whole bunch around here for pulling, fence lines tight and pulling stuff out of places. I think I've only used it once to get unstuck. Other than that, really nice little winch. I added underneath the front panel here, I changed it, because this comes with a 3 position from the factory, the pulse bar for the accessories. I changed it to the 6 position because it really should have had a 6 position from the factory, but that's sort of just a gripe on my part. Really would be nice to have it. As you can see, I need to fix my heater because the vent broke inside. Kind of a mess under here, but that's my bad. I haven't had time to clean up the wiring or anything, and it's But I do like the another thing that I really like, compared to some of like the older models I was looking at, is the storage in this thing. With these, you know, big pockets underneath here for storage. Really makes it nice for keeping stuff in the cab. I do like that with the Inferno heater system, that you don't lose that lower one there in the middle. Because I think with the factory heater, that's where the heater box goes. And that's like 80% of your storage right there. But, nice little kit, as you could tell. I do like the underseat storage in this thing. I kind of wish that they had for the older models, you can get little trays that go in on top of the fuel tank there and the battery over there. It gives you extra storage, but I don't know if they would fit this, because I think this one's slightly wider than the older models were. So you can tell I got tire chains in here for winter time. But other than that, you know, the doors are manual cranks. For something like this, I don't see a problem with, you know, having manual windows in it. It's not like it's a, you know, pickup truck where you need power windows. Just having doors at all is nicer, because the price for the hard doors compared to the soft ones really wasn't that much, and it's like you may as well just upgrade to the hard doors there. You know, it lasts a lot longer than the fabric doors would. You can tell I have a light bar on the back. It definitely makes it nice for, you know, working at night behind you or in the bed or backing up even. Yeah, other than that, I do like that the hitch is built in, because I think my last vehicle was a Yamaha Kodiak 400, and it had just a standard flat hitch that came off, and had to put a ball on it. I ended up having to buy a receiver kit to put on, and I like that they put them factory now. Yeah, as you can tell, I have a high lift jack on there. I use that pretty regularly for, like I said, random various jobs, picking up trees or hooking up farm equipment. Makes it nice having one instead of having to go down the shed every time and grab a jack and bring it up. Tires and wheels, they're not bad. I like the aluminum wheels on there. These tires are fine. They're the Carlisle 489s. Everybody seems to gripe about them, you know, being wore out at 600-700 miles. I mean, if you're doing a lot of road driving, yeah, obviously, but for me, I do probably quarter of a mile from my house to the farm here, pretty almost daily. So 1,100 miles. They still got a little bit of tread on them. They'll probably need chains by springtime, but I ain't worried about them right now. The fronts are the worst, because obviously they steer. The backs ain't too bad. Like I said, they're getting down there though. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all. I do like one thing that I forgot about, because I'm looking at the bed here. Can't see them, but underneath there is, well, there's a jack plate for the high lift jack, but underneath the toolbox is the spots where you can put buckets. I do really like that, because it holds them a lot nicer than sliding around in the bed. Other than that, I really like this machine. I've only had it once into the dealer, and it was more of a recall type of thing than it was for warranty. It really wasn't even like a big recall issue. It was the struts there. Like I said, when you turn them, it kind of make a loud twang sound, because it needed a washer on top of the strut tower where the bolt or the nut goes on, and I guess it would bind up or something, but never affected the way it drove. It just was kind of annoying to listen to. The only thing that I don't like about it, and I think the older models did have it, well, some of them did, the brakes. The pads for the brake calipers they don't have a spring in them to keep pressure on them. So when you're going down a road, or even just driving anywhere, it click, 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 because the brakes kind of go back and forth in the brake caliper. So that's one thing. And there's a person out there on, I think, one of the forums that uses a little spring in there behind the pads, and it quiets it up on the slide pin. But other than that, my final thoughts, I really like this machine. I like the compact size of it. Makes it nice to store, makes it nice to haul. Because we put this in the back of I think a 14-foot dump trailer, and it fits in there perfectly. I could probably even put this in the back of the pickup, but it's a little bit easier with a dump trailer. Like I said, horsepower, 44 horse. Honestly, I haven't noticed any problems with it. Like, I've never felt that I've needed more power out of it. Now, I'm sure if you were pulling, all 1,500 pounds of the towing rating, you'd probably want more horsepower. But if you're pulling, like 1,000 pounds or less, it's no problem at all. Because I've had this thing loaded down probably more than should have with rocks in the bed, and it's never, bogged out on me or anything. So, all in all, I really like this machine. Definitely a nice little workhorse. I mean, depends on what you're doing, but for small farms and stuff, the SP 570, really great machine. I definitely would buy one again. Actually, funny thing, I bought this machine and my grandfather liked it so much that he also bought one for the farm, because I technically live next to the farm, so this is more or less how I get to the farm, But other than that, like I said, a really nice machine, and I would definitely recommend one if anyone's looking for one. So thanks for watching this video, and me kind of ranting there about nothing. I will see you in the next video. Bye.